on academic integrity is finished. I didn't get a huge crowd, but the people who were there were engaged and interested, so that's good, and hopefully they take that information away. We had a really great talk at lunchtime about blockchain, and let me go down here. And certainly there was lots of interest, and the stuff that I've always talked about blockchain, it's the processes around getting information into the blockchain that I think are going to be really important moving forward for us to consider especially. So I'm off now to another session about learning environments, but I'll report back more soon. Hi everybody. At one of the sessions today, I met Charlie and Professor Kumwala from the University of, is it Houston? That's the way we say it?
Yes.
Okay. And they've been doing a really exciting program linking students and giving them employability skills and closing the gap. So can one of you give me like the 2-minute version of what you've been doing?
Yes, go ahead.
Sure. So Dr. Saleha Kumwala is the founding director. I'm the assistant director of the SURE program at University of Houston. And SURE is an acronym which stands for Stimulating Urban Renewal Through Entrepreneurship. And the way we talk about it is we say SURE is an educational platform that connects 3 stakeholder groups. That's university students, under-resourced entrepreneurs, and business experts. And we do this to accomplish 2 goals. And one is to teach students the skills that we like to call robot-proof skills, which are skills that cannot be replaced by algorithms. Like we develop empathy, we teach collaboration, leadership, self-management, and all of these other cool, critical, key soft skills. And then our second goal is to economically empower people from under-resourced communities in Houston. And that's by teaching them financial literacy and entrepreneurship.
And I think you've helped start up over 200 businesses
Yes.
within your area, I think I saw.
We're actually doing an impact study right now, and that's a very conservative estimate. I just don't want to say like 340 and then get nailed to the wall when the study comes out next year.
Right.
But it's
No, but
fantastic.
it is over 250.
Yeah.
And we have trained over 1,000 entrepreneurs.
How
and
many
300 students.
300 students.
So each student gets 4 entrepreneurs during the semester, at least 4.
And they
4
get to act
5.
as the consultant.
Yes,
That's right.
they are the consultants to the entrepreneurs and help them develop a professional grade business plan by the end of the semester.
Fantastic. All right. I will leave lots more details to the SURE program and all of the great work they're doing in the comments, but I want to thank both of you for sitting down with me, and have a great conference.
Yes, thank you.
Likewise, you too. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's the end of day 1, just so that you realise it's more than just hard work. There's been a poster session and some drinks tonight. I saw some interesting presentations this afternoon, the one on PowerPoint presentations, and one thing that I really want to point out is that we should always make sure that our presentations are accessible to people with disabilities. I'll put some links in there as well for some extra information if you're interested in learning more about that. Otherwise, I'm off to a cocktail party tonight, and there'll be more coverage tomorrow. Bye! My highlights from yesterday was definitely the mental health session from Cassie Budd and Melissa Larson from BYU. And I think it's really important that we talk about mental health. In the US, 1 in 3 young Americans is diagnosed with a mental health illness, and in Australia it's 1 in 4. So providing safe spaces for learning is really, really important, because if you don't have that basic mental well-being, learning becomes really, really, really difficult. So there's a lot that we can do to help make safe spaces for our students. So I'm here with Marsha, and she was one of the 2018 Cook Prize winners. And her energy up there was amazing. And I see like a lot of myself in that she's like going from this exciting project to exciting project, and it's stuff that interests her. So I wanted to talk specifically about why you focus on things that are fun.
Well, I think when you're an accounting professor and you have to pay your dues, whether it's tenure, promotion, that we just need to have some fun.
Yeah, I got to find the
And there's a place where you got to step out of that and say, I want to do what I really love,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden it's not work. And I think we need, it also attracts people to the profession too.
Cool.
It's not that bad. I had a CPA practice before I went into teaching, and it was fun. I think it's a good way to live. Why not? This is fun.
Fantastic. And you talked about that you're quite a polarizing person in class with students. So how do you bring students around to the way of fun and maybe who are a bit more serious and traditional?
It depends, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I try to befriend them on a one-on-one conversations. When I'm learning, and is that I need to build in my classes things that will give them security and take away stress. Because, my being fun is stressful to some people, and now I know it. So because of that, I'm thinking, okay, what can I do to relieve the stress so they can kind of join in? And I created some new projects on the whim that worked. Like I did an information search and tags through Google. Like, just tell me what you can find. You got 20 minutes and see what you can find on this topic. And that was fun. They were into it. Nobody was looking out the window, or and they had time limit. And so they were like, whoa, and it was a good experience. So I find experiential education for most of them work. But I also have something called a flex class, which I didn't mention, where I have some assignments that they can skip. I give them a menu.
Gives them that control. I think on one of your slides there was the idea of giving students control over their learning.
Because if they're very busy and they think that some of the stuff is a waste of their time, they can just read the book and study. I mean, it gets you to the end. It gets you to an important end. And the other things I build in are to build in other skill set development. But for some people, that's just too stressful. They're working full time and they have kids. So I taught flex class.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, and I developed it just to try to figure out from one of my sessions with students and what can I do to make this class better.
Awesome. Well, I will post some links to a lot of Marsha's work down in the comments. But I want to thank you and have a great rest of the conference.
You too. Thank you so much.
That's all I've got from the Conference on Teaching and Learning at the American Accounting Association here in San Francisco. It's definitely a great place to get a feeling for the North American community of accounting educators. There definitely was a great representation of international presenters, posters and sessions here at the conference, but certainly it is very much a North American flavor. Definitely very welcoming. So I was welcomed from the very first time I stepped in and introduced myself to someone that I didn't know, which was fantastic. So if you're worried about coming and not knowing anyone, please don't. Everybody here is really, really welcoming. In 2020, the conference is going to be in Atlanta, Georgia, and I believe calls for presentations, posters, papers, etc. go out in about November or December. Make sure you keep an eye on the American Accounting Association's webpage or their social media accounts for all of that information. Now, for all the people who have presented and I've featured in the video with little things about what they were doing, I will put the links to all of that in the description. Get in touch with any of those people about the amazing stuff they're doing. I'm definitely going to be picking up James Lang's book on small teaching. But otherwise, that's me signing off from San Francisco, and I'll chat to you next time. Bye! Actually, that's not really going to be signing off from me. You'll see me in other videos at the American Accounting Association. Make sure that you subscribe to get all the updates. I'm going to be talking with lots of the people at the conference, researchers, some of the vendors and exhibitors here about what they're doing. So if you can't make it to the conference and you're interested in the good stuff, subscribe, so make sure you get those updates. Bye!